I'm 78 years old and I accidentally discovered the one thing that reversed decades of skin damage. And it happened because I got too lazy to shower every day. My name is Diane. I'm 78, and about 3 years ago, I did something that everyone said was disgusting. I stopped showering daily, and within 6 months, my skin looked better than it had in 30 years. The wrinkles softened, the dryness disappeared, the age spots faded. People started asking what expensive treatments I was getting, and the answer was nothing. I was literally doing less, and my skin was thanking me for it. Now, before you think I'm some unhygienic person, let me explain what actually happened. Because this isn't about being dirty, it's about how everything we've been told about hygiene and skincare is actually destroying our skin. And I figured this out completely by accident. Let me take you back to where this started. I've always been someone who took care of myself, always showered every single day, sometimes twice a day if I worked out or it was hot, used soap everywhere, shampooed my hair daily, hot water, scrubbed everything clean. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what we're all taught. Clean is good, dirty is bad. The more you wash, the better. I used moisturizer after every shower because my skin always felt tight and dry. Thought that was normal. Thought everyone's skin felt like that after washing. So I'd slather on lotion, expensive lotions, the kind that promised to fight aging and keep skin young. But my skin kept getting worse as I got older. By the time I was in my 70s, my skin was a disaster. Dry and flaky, wrinkles everywhere, age spots on my hands and face, that crepe paper texture on my arms and legs. I looked old, really old, and I accepted it because that's what happens when you age, right? Your skin falls apart and there's nothing you can do about it. I'd see younger women with beautiful skin and feel jealous. Wonder what products they were using, what treatments they were getting. Wish I could afford whatever magic they had access to. Then 3 years ago, something changed. I had surgery on my knee. Nothing major, just a minor procedure. But it made moving around difficult for a few weeks. Getting in and out of the shower was a challenge. Painful, risky because I could slip. So I started showering less. Every other day instead of every day. Then every 3 days. I'd do what my doctor called a sponge bath for the important areas. But I wasn't doing full showers with soap and hot water all over my body, and I felt guilty about it. Felt dirty. Felt like I was letting myself go. Thought people could probably tell I wasn't showering daily. Was self-conscious about it. But then I started noticing something weird. My skin felt better. Less tight, less itchy, less dry. I wasn't needing as much moisturizer. And after a few weeks, I looked in the mirror and my skin looked different. Better different. At first, I thought I was imagining it. Thought maybe the lighting was different or I was just having a good day. But it kept improving. The flakiness went away. The tightness disappeared. My skin started looking plumper, more hydrated, healthier. I mentioned it to my daughter during one of her visits. Told her my skin seemed better, and I didn't know why. She looked at me and said, my skin did look better. Asked what I was doing differently, and I was embarrassed to tell her. Embarrassed to admit I'd been showering less because it sounded gross. But I told her anyway. And she didn't think it was gross at all. She said she'd read articles about how overwashing damages your skin, how hot water and soap strip away natural oils that protect and moisturize your skin, how the beauty industry has convinced us we need to wash constantly when really we're just damaging our skin's natural barrier. I started researching, reading articles online, and everything I found confirmed what my daughter said. We've been taught to overwash, to use harsh soaps, to scrub away the natural oils our skin produces. And then we buy expensive moisturizers to replace what we just stripped away. It's a cycle that benefits companies selling products, but destroys our skin. Our skin has a natural protective barrier, oils and good bacteria. that keep it healthy and moisturized. When you shower with hot water and soap every day, you're washing away that barrier. Your skin tries to replace it, but if you keep washing it away before it can fully recover, your skin never gets back to its natural healthy state. So, your skin stays dry, stays damaged, ages faster because it's constantly stressed and trying to repair itself, and you keep buying products to fix the problem you're creating. I decided to keep going with the reduced showering, not because I was still having knee problems, but because my skin was improving so much. I started showering every 3 days, sometimes every 4 days, and I changed how I showered. Instead of hot water, I used warm or even cool water. Instead of soaping my entire body, I only used soap on the areas that actually needed it. Underarms, private areas, feet. That's it. The rest of my body I just rinsed with water, and I cut my showers short, 5 minutes instead of 15 or 20. For my face, I stopped using harsh cleansers, started just rinsing with water most days, only using a gentle cleanser every few days. And I stopped using so many products. No more toners and serums and expensive creams, just a simple moisturizer when my skin actually felt dry. The improvement was dramatic. Within 6 months, my skin looked 10 years younger. I'm not exaggerating. The deep wrinkles around my eyes softened. The age spots on my hands started fading. The crepe paper texture on my arms smoothed out. My skin had this glow I hadn't seen in decades. People started commenting. Friends would ask what I was doing, what treatments I was getting, what products I was using. And when I told them I was showering less and using fewer products, they didn't believe me, thought I was hiding some expensive secret. But that's exactly what I was doing. Less. And my skin was healing itself. I went to my dermatologist for my annual checkup. She looked at my skin and seemed surprised, asked what I'd changed. I told her, and she nodded, said she wasn't surprised at all. That overwashing is one of the biggest causes of skin problems in older people, but nobody wants to hear it because it goes against everything we've been taught. She explained that as we age, our skin produces less oil naturally, so it's already drier and more fragile. And when we keep washing away what little oil it does produce, we're making the problem worse. We're accelerating aging, creating damage that doesn't need to happen. She said, in her professional opinion, most people over 60 should shower every 2 to 3 days at most, should use gentle products, should keep showers short and not too hot. But she rarely tells patients this because they think she's telling them to be dirty. They get offended. But it's not about being dirty. It's about understanding what actually needs to be cleaned and what doesn't. Your armpits and private areas need daily cleaning, but your arms and legs and torso don't. They don't produce much oil or odor. Washing them daily with soap is unnecessary and damaging. I'm 78 now. I've been doing this for 3 years, and my skin looks better than it did when I was 65. My daughter jokes that I found the fountain of youth and it was just leaving myself alone, and she's kind of right. The beauty industry has convinced us that we need constant intervention, that we need to wash and scrub and treat and moisturize constantly. That natural is bad and we need products to be good. But our bodies are pretty smart. Our skin knows how to take care of itself if we let it, and produces oils that moisturize and protect. It has beneficial bacteria that keep it healthy. It has natural repair mechanisms that work when we're not constantly damaging it. All we have to do is stop interfering so much, stop stripping away the natural protections, stop overwashing and overtreating. Let our skin do what it's designed to do. I know this sounds too simple, too easy. We've been conditioned to think that good results require effort and money and complicated routines. That simple solutions can't possibly work. But sometimes simple is exactly what works. Sometimes less really is more. My routine now is this. I shower every 3 to 4 days. I use warm water, not hot. I only use soap where needed. I keep it short. I pat dry instead of rubbing. I use a simple moisturizer only when my skin feels dry, which is rare now. That's it. No expensive products, no complicated routine, just less interference. My skin is soft, smooth, hydrated. The wrinkles I do have are softer. The age spots have faded significantly. I look younger and my skin feels healthier. And I wish someone had told me this 30 years ago. Wish I hadn't spent decades damaging my skin by overwashing. Wish I hadn't wasted money on products I didn't need. Wish I'd understood that my skin knew what it needed better than any advertisement did. But at least I know now. And my skin has actually improved in my 70s, something I never thought was possible. I'm telling you this because I see people my age with terrible skin, dry, damaged, aged beyond their years. And they're showering daily with hot water and harsh soaps. They're using products constantly. They're doing exactly what I did for 70 years, and they're getting the same results I got: damaged, aged skin. And they don't have to. They could improve their skin just by doing less, by letting their skin recover, by stopping the cycle of damage and repair. Will this work for everyone? I don't know. I can only tell you what worked for me. But the science makes sense, and my results speak for themselves. I'm 78 and my skin looks better than it has in decades, not because of expensive treatments, not because of magic products, but because I stopped showering every day and let my skin heal itself. If you're struggling with dry, damaged, aging skin, maybe try this. Reduce how often you shower. Use cooler water. Use less soap. Use fewer products. Give your skin a chance to recover its natural barrier. See what happens. You might be surprised. Your skin might thank you for leaving it alone. Subscribe if you want more unconventional wisdom from someone who learned it the hard way.